All right, we are back with some more inequalities. Today we're going to look at multi-step inequalities, and guess what? Just like our one-step and two-step inequalities, our process still will not change. We're still going to solve it just like we would an equation. We do need to make sure we're paying attention to multiplying or dividing by a negative number so we know if we need to flip or not. And also if the variable ends up on the right side, then we need to flip everything so the variable will end up being on the left side because that's going to make it a lot easier for us to graph. So let's go ahead and draw our line down through there. We do have parentheses, so we're going to distribute. So we have -5 times the quantity of 6b minus 8 is less than or equal to 130. Just your friendly little reminder that if I'm going too fast, pause the video, rewind it, go back, look at it again, work on it at your pace. We have parentheses, so we're going to distribute the -5. -5 times 6b is -30b. -5 times -8 is +40, is less than or equal to 130. Alrighty, so we have no like terms to combine, so we don't have any variables on both sides, so we don't need to do step 3, which is move the smaller variable. So we go on to step 4, move the constant. We will subtract 40 from both sides. -30b is less than or equal to 90. We are going to get that coefficient equal to 1, so we're going to divide both sides by -30. There's that negative number right there that we're dividing by. Again, it doesn't matter what we start with or what we end with. Whoops. What happened is we divided by that negative number, so the symbol has to flip. So b is greater than or equal to -3. So -3 goes there in the center. We've got -2, we've got -4, greater than or equal to, close in that circle, fill it in, pointed to the right, shaded to the right. Alrighty, let's go on to the second example here. Ooh, we've got decimals thrown in. Is that going to be a problem for us? No, not at all. 31.5 minus 4.9p is greater than or equal to, we're going to take this -6.8 and we are going to distribute it to the p as well as to the -6.7. So -6.8 times p is -6.8p. -6.8 times -6.7 is +45.56. And in case you think I'm doing this on my own, I'm using my phone right there, using my calculator to help me out, get all that done and taken care of. I have no like terms on the left side. I have no like terms on the right side. So let's move the smaller variable. That would be the -6.8. So let's add 6.8p to both sides. And that gives us +1.9p is greater than or equal to 45.56. Move that move that constant. So I'm going to subtract 31.5 from both sides. 1.9p is greater than or equal to, and I use my calculator to get 14.06. Get that coefficient equal to 1. Divide both sides by +1.9. Since it's positive, then we keep that symbol the same. And we get 7.4. Again, you divided by a positive number, so that symbol stays the same. Greater than or equal to 7.4. So, here's the thing. We have a decimal answer. 7.4. 7, 8. Notice that I put it a little bit closer to 7 because 7.4 is less than halfway. As long as you've got those integers on either side of it, you're in good shape. So greater than or equal to means we fill in the hole. Pointing to the right, so we shade to the right. All right, let's try a couple more examples. Let's see here, we've got -6 times the quantity of 1 plus 4x minus 8 is greater than -134. Okay, so let's draw our line down. We do need to distribute right over here on the left side. The -6 is going to get distributed times 1, and it's going to get distributed to positive 4x. I do have like terms. Make sure you pay attention to the signs. -6 minus 8 is -14. Keep the minus 24x. Okay, now we want to go ahead and move that constant. Add 14 to both sides. -24x is greater than -120. Notice that I'm going to go ahead and divide both sides by a negative number. So I'm going to divide both sides by -24. X positive 5. It doesn't matter that I started with a negative or ended with a positive or anything like that. What matters is I divided by that negative number right there. So my greater than symbol has to flip. And we end up with x is less than 5. So here is my number line, 4 and 6. We have less than, so the sign stays open, pointing to the left, so I'm going to shade to the left. There we go. You guys are doing a great job so far. Let's keep it up. Let's do one more together, then I'll give you a couple to work on your own and practice for tonight. Or yeah, practice for you tonight and bring to class tomorrow. -31 plus n is greater than 5n minus 7 times the quantity of 1 plus 4n. Okay, so we're going to draw that down a little bit. There's nothing to do on the left side, so I just recopy it. On the right side, I'm going to bring down the 5n because I do need to distribute first. -7 times 1, -7 times positive 4n is -28n. Still nothing to combine over on the left side, so I'm just going to go ahead and recopy it again. On the right side, I have 5n minus 28. Be careful, it's not 28 minus 5, it's 5 minus 28. And when I have 5 take 28 away, I have -23n. Just bring down the -7. Since I've got variables on both sides, I'm going to move the smaller variable. -23n is the smaller variable, so the inverse of negative is positive. So I'm going to add 23n to both sides. Oops. -31 plus 24n is greater than -7. I'm going to add 31 to both sides. 24n is greater than 24. After all that, this looks a little bit more comforting here. If I divide both sides by a positive 24, n is greater than 1. I divided by a positive number, that's why my symbol stays the same. So I'm going to go ahead and put my number line over here. Whoops. Let's try that again. 0, 1, 2. Greater than just means we keep the symbol open because there's no equal to. It's pointing to the right, so I'm going to shade to the right. All right, folks, we got 4 example problems. We didn't do anything different in how we solved it. We followed the same process for multi-step inequalities, but I do have 2 problems I want you to try on your own. First one, -1.6 times the quantity of 5.9 minus 7.7x is greater than or equal to negative 89.52. That's the first one I want you to try. The second one I want you to try is negative 29 minus 5n is greater than 5 times the quantity of n plus 3 and then plus n. Try those two problems on your own tonight. Bring them to class tomorrow. We'll talk about them, clear them up, and we'll go on from there. Good job sticking with it, guys, and good luck practicing these two on your own.